morning, everybody. Here, baby, scooch over.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Welcome to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you could be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. And if comics are your love language, then you're in the right place.
Is that our new motto?
Yes, that was really lengthy, wasn't it?
Wow. Yeah, this is really good, though.
I'm Astonishing Melanie, and this is Uncanny Omar.
Yes. How's everybody doing?
Are you awake?
No.
I can tell.
It's
We
just
gotta wake him up.
last few weeks of the year are always rough for me because I'm making content left and right. But I'm waking up, and here I am on Saturday.
Does it look pink? It's supposed to be red.
I don't care.
Oh,
Either one
yeah.
works. Either one works. I don't care.
Good morning.
Hey, Radu, how are you? Killing. You need a Ghost Rider reading order. Here you go. Johnny Blaze Masterworks, Daredevil Epic Collection Danny Ketch, or you can get the Daredevil Danny Ketch Omnibus, and then the Robbie Reyes Complete Collection. It's really all there is to Ghost Rider. Not a lot. I need some jet fuel coffee. That's what happened. I didn't have a coffee.
Oh,
but that's
yeah,
okay. It's fine.
you,
I need to cut back on what's it
I
called
told you
anyway.
last night. I was like, I don't think I'm going to Starbucks.
100,000 subs around the corner. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we will get there.
Ooh, Ghostbusters 2, a New Year classic.
I love that movie. I love that movie. I'm glad somebody else likes it.
I talked about this last night.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yes. Is that the best Jim Carrey movie?
I want to say it's up there. That, Me, Myself, and Irene, and what's the other one that I like?
Truman Show.
Truman Show's good, yeah.
Oh,
What's the one where he
to
comes back?
I need to rewatch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
There's one when he comes back as a soldier. He was in a war, and he comes back.
Mr. Tex, thank you so much for the super sticker. What?
Yeah, he comes back.
That for
No. He's running a theater.
Live, Kill, Die,
it's
Repeat.
it's a period piece. Like he oh, it's like the story of what's his face, Principal Skinner, where the real guy went out to war and stuff. I can't remember what it was. I'm not the biggest Carrey fan, but Man on the Moon was good too. I like that one.
Oh yeah,
because he really
that's true. Omar, feeling good about the videos you put out this December? I think you did great.
Thank you. Yeah, they're just it's a lot, and I'm still working on some of the ones, like the books I'm anticipating or the books I'm looking forward to, and the whole 2024, remembering the year we're in, and my top 10 favorite Marvel Omnis that came out in 2023, and my top 10 favorite DC Omnis that came out.
He told me that he made people mad with his tier comic list, but it was specifically from 2000 to
we did 20 to 2010, which is not the golden age of comedy to me at all. It's kind of like, oh, this is like the tail end. This is when we start to fizzle out comedy, or what I think comedy is. What's up, Chris? How are you, buddy? Happy New Year.
Good morning.
What are you both looking forward to the most in 2024 in either collected editions, movie, and TV show? Dune, House of the Dragon, and Ghost Rider Omnibus. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. What about you?
I don't remember what's coming out, so I don't have an answer.
Oh, if only there was a channel that would tell you what's coming out.
Hey, your beard looks good today. I think so too. And yes, I'm swearing. Oh yeah, I did swear a lot last night.
What? Melanie? I was offended by my tier list. That's what I do. Good morning, Omar. Hey, what's up, Kenny?
Favorite Superman book that came out in 2023 is a Space Age. People last night.
Yeah, Space Age is up there.
And Better Days in the Batcaves, like Space Age. I need to finish it. It wasn't bad at all. I don't know why.
Yeah, Space Age
I just
is
wasn't
really
getting into it.
Now they're working on a Batman book. Both Mark Russell and Mike Allred. They're working on, and Laura are working on a Batman book. That's like a period piece too.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I'm a big Mark Russell fan. I like the way he writes his he definitely has a social commentary in all his stories, but he does it in such a way that it's not in your face about it. And I really like that about him. It makes you think, like, well, I mean, he did the Flintstones, right? And there was definitely there was definitely a social commentary in the Flintstones. Just
Mr.
every
Awesome
issue.
couldn't get into the realistic art though. I remember
Not a fan of Mike Allred. I see that.
No, Flintstones, realistic art. He didn't like the art style.
So it was Steve Pugh, right? That I think.
Do you think Marvel will release Reginald Howland's of Black Panther in omnibus format?
Yes, yeah. One day we'll get that. Yeah, he was president of BET. He wrote House Party 1 and 2. I don't think he did 3. Definitely didn't do the relaunch House Party. Watching this via my outdoor theater on the look huge 165-inch screen. While on the life cycle, you both look like giants.
Oh,
that's
awesome, Bruce. Thank you for the super chat. Hold up. Huge eyeball.
Why would you freak Bruce out? What if he fell off his life cycle? Thank you, Bruce. That's awesome. Wait, are your neighbors watching us too? Hey, what's up, Mike? DC announced a line of more affordable, smaller size graphic novels. Do you think this will help American comics compete with manga? Thank you for the super chat, Mike. Hope you've been well. I mean, it's not like they haven't tried before. That's where the digest size Marvel series came from. And that's where the Tsunami series came from Marvel Comics. They've tried. I find it really interesting, though, the choices that DC made for their, what are they called? It's not affordable line. It's like and not digest size, but they're smaller in scale. But one of the choices was Watchmen. And I thought, okay, if we're going to do Watchmen in a digest size and these books usually go with the manga, I don't know who that target audience is for maybe a kid that's going to college. Maybe we'll get Watchmen in that small size. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how well they will do. I guess time will tell.
Oh, congratulations, Geek City!
I just found some out of print comics at a comic shop. Spider-Man back in the Back in Black oversized hardcovers. Those are awesome. It's fine. DC compact editions. Yes, I guess they don't want to call them digest size.
What Marvel omnibus is best for starters?
Ooh, that's such a tough question. Depends on what you like and what characters you already like. And if you've been reading comics or if you're just like coming out of the movies and saying, hey, I have disposable income, I want to get into these big books. But I'm assuming most people that go into Omnis have already gotten trade paperbacks, have gotten single issues. So if you kind of give me an idea of what you like, me and the rest of the chat can help you.
Believe it or not, I do not have any Invincible in my collection. What format of Invincible do you think I should get?
Oh, get the
Jess
heart.
Says none.
Who?
Jess.
He doesn't like Invincible?
Doesn't like it.
Really? That surprises me. Because I think he liked
he doesn't say don't know it. I was just being silly.
I thought he liked Walking Dead. I don't like Walking Dead, but I thought he did.
Wait, No. Invisibles, not Invincible.
Yeah, that's a different series. That's Grant Morrison.
Yeah, okay.
That's Grant Morrison's crazy story. I love that story.
Okay.
Get the oversized hardcovers. You don't need the big editions. Those are expensive, and there's only 24 issues in those. Those are about $150, I think. They're beautiful, but you really gotta like Invincible.
I'm leaning towards the 12-volume hardcovers because they look good with the Savage Dragon hardcovers.
Yes, the same design because they're actually the ones that are printing it.
RB is eager for the epic announcements whenever they are ready. I need more X books collected.
There's a couple of X books in there.
And I think these are suggestions for where to start with Marvel Omni.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah. Did he get back to us? What do you like?
Avengers. I haven't seen it yet. Sean DeSook says, I test everything out on Hoopla first.
There you go. Look at Sean DeSook with the real advice.
Novark said, getting into Omni format, try
without ever reading any comics before. Is silly. You might want to read up on a character before spending money on omnibus format. I would just keep that for a second. Mm-hmm. I will say I have known people that have had so much disposable income that they're like, yeah, I just want whatever the top tier is, whatever the format that's available, whether it's video games or statues or toys or limited edition prose novels. Like they just want whatever, the top tier is, the high shelf stuff. So I guess it depends, on what your income is. If you've got disposable income and you want suggestions, sure. I'm sure me and the rest of the chat can hook you up with some suggestions.
Saturday morning, fan said Avengers Volume 3, Volume 1 would be a good starting point for Avengers.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the Kurt Busiek and George Perez series.
John almost missed the stream. I'm glad you're taking the week off.
I gotta check on Patreon to see if it's a consultation. Thank you so much for saying that. Every live stream, I gotta check the Patreon to see if there's a consultation tier spots open. One day, worth a sub to the $5 tier, people. Thank you so much for the kind words. Omar Mel, what's up, Omni Nation? I love this dude's laugh. Like, it's so I don't want to say it's it just it makes me happy to hear him. There's got to be a word for that, Melanie. What is that? It brings me joy to hear him happy.
Yeah.
What's the word for that?
Oh, it's probably a German word.
There's a German word for that. Okay,
so
what is
the art underneath the dust jacket?
Oh, for the
hello, Richard. And
hey, Richard, how you doing, buddy?
Here is underneath the dust jacket. Oh, it stinks.
Can I see this for a second?
Yeah.
I don't think it should stink. Was this an iMac one? I thought this was a
Eager
mega
for the
print.
Phoenix Omnibus Volume 3 Omnibus.
You're gonna have to wait a while. I think that's been postponed, buddy.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. No, you're right. This isn't. No, this is mega print. It shouldn't stink.
Well, other companies could stink.
No, I've never had one of these.
Infinity was a great read. Are Devil's Reign side titles okay?
They vary. I really like the Superior 4 story. The X-Men one's okay. Villains for Hire was ups and downs. Moon Knight was solid. Spider-Man was a no. Spider-Woman makes little sense because it's a bigger part of what her ongoing story is. What's the other miniseries that's in there? Villains for Hire, Superior 4, Spider-Man's a one-shot, Moon Knight's a one-shot, Moon Knight 8 is in there. Ups and downs.
Said his laugh was contagious.
Contagious is a good word.
Infectious.
Oh wait,
Happy New Year.
I almost said infectious because I'm still waking up, but I meant contagious, which is what I always say. I just bought the Mark Wade's.
Thank you for Mark Wade's Flash Omni.
Oh, thank you. What's up, MFedX? Happy New Year to you. Yeah, this is the last stream of the year. This is how we end it. Super interested.
Geomancer, Goodnight Poon Poon was Lydia's choice of the year. She loves it.
Yeah. Somebody had brought up, like, why I let her read it, and yeah, I just gave some parenting tips on, kids and reading in general.
Well, the classic X Factor Omni have letter pages. The New Mutants Omnis didn't, did they?
No, I don't think they did. I don't know why. Neither did Wolverine. I would hope so. That would be cool. That's one thing that differs between the Omnis and the Masterworks is the fact that they have letter page. Well, that and the size, of course. What's up, Colorado? Which is better, Justice League Dark, New 52, or Rebirth? Oh, New 52. That era was so good. Chi-Town, what's up? If you had to put under the bed, under the Red Hood Deluxe Edition with Batman Omnibus, where would you put, or where would I put it?
Where would you put it under your bed?
I would put it probably, it's such a weird fit. After No Man's Land, right before Grant Morrison's run, that's where I would put it.
What? Bruce, thank you for the super chat. Just sent to your email picture of Melanie close up.
You do have an email. This is crazy. Okay.
Here, I'll check that out here in a second because I also want to pull up Max's transcription of Walt's comic shop. Who drew the hottest Marlowe? Is it?
Dell. Yeah, Dell. You think DC should make epic collections like Marvel? I think DC right now is working on their, what are they called? The compendiums. They seem to be really going in hard on those compendiums. So that might be the equivalent of a Marvel epic collection. If they did add letter pages to New Mutants and Wolverine reprints, I would probably buy it again. And I hate myself for that. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Because I'm kind of like that too. So if Phoenix 3 is postponed, it means I just have to be patient. Fine by me, but then best case is only 2025. Still want End Song and more, so I do too. What's up, Big Stu in Orlando? Hey, Graham, how are you doing? When are the new Epic announcements? I don't know yet, buddy. When are the new Omnibus announcements? I don't know about Epics. I'm still waiting on the content and covers, and right now all the publishers are on break, so I'm assuming at the beginning of the new year. And as far as the Omni announcements, I have to. What am I waiting? Oh, I'm waiting on covers for the ones that are left. Is the Gail Simone Batgirl good for new readers? Yes, it is. It is. It is. Omar, Jess is refusing to have a drunken New Year's Eve karaoke live stream. Ball's in your court now. Why do you want that man a drink? He gave up. He gave up alcohol years ago. You should be proud of him for that. Good morning, Melanie and Omar from Portland. Omni Nation Comics. Subscribe to your channel. It better be good. Dang, look at these. Threats from Roberto Rodriguez.
It better be good.
What's my progress? I'm on.
Your laugh better be contagious, or else.
30, I think. Maybe 29, 30. I had to put a stop to it to finish rereading for your agent. So 30, I think. 29 or 30 is where I am. Omar, could you please ask David Gabriel? They don't know that. Like, I'm serious. They're not like that far ahead. I promise. I have been asking, but usually the Dust Jacket files don't come until about 2 months before the book comes out, so it'll be a while. But I will ask, because I know people are curious which cover is going to have the red spine to match volume 1 red spine, right? If you like Damian Wayne, what are the best comics to read, excluding Batman and Robin by Grant Morrison and Peter Tomasi? Super Sons. Final answer, Super Sons. If you see this, I just wanted to say thank you once again for inviting me for the read of the year. Oh, Joachim! Yeah, of course, buddy. Every year. And Masterworks have letter page? No. Masterworks don't. That's what differs the Omnibus from the Masterworks. Omnis, like if you go back to the classic Silver Age Omnis, those have, or even the Bronze Age Uncanny X-Men, those have letter pages compared to the Marvel Masterworks.
Okay.
Omar, watch your book tour for 2023. When you get a new Omnibus at the front of your collection, how many hours does it take to readjust? Well, if you notice, my Omnis, my shelves are always empty at the bottom. Now they're starting to fill up some. So those cubes get shifted around. I don't know. I usually do them every quarters when I do it. Been thinking about getting JLI Omnibus, but have heard mixed things about the printings. What can you tell me? If you're getting them now, you're fine. The first printing had a page mishap of JLI Volume 1. Now I think everything is fine. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? It's good to see you here.
Mary likes ELO.
She does? That doesn't surprise me. She's a lady of good taste. He's asking a question. It's a 2-part question. Borgel? Yeah, there we go. Do you know why the Bendis Omnis Marvel left out 2 stories not written by Bendis? I dislike orphaned issues in the Omni format. Well, I think you answered your own question. They weren't written by Bendis, and those are just reprints. Back then, they were doing things differently. I mean, if you look at Frank Miller's Daredevil Omnibus, it leaves out the Steve Ditko Omnibus, or the Steve Ditko issue. So it's just, the rules were different.
Hey, Taylor Talks Comics.
And I have tried. Oh, what's up, Taylor? You still in Disney? And I have tried to get them to add things like the Ditko issues, but to no avail.
Thomas, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Thomas. If the sales of Romnibus goes well, how much do the chances increase of Marvel pursuing a Kira color Omnibus?
That would be nice.
This is just my humble opinion. Slim. Very, very slim to none. Just because oh my gosh, how would they even do that? Because they would have to pursue Kodansha. Kodansha would have to agree. And this is all lawyer talk too, like way over my head. Because they would have to meet somewhere where they can be like, okay, we got to both make money out of this. But Marvel did the colors. Yeah, I don't know. I think that one is very, very slim. But who knows? We're getting Godzilla. We're getting Rom. We're getting Micronauts. Who knows?
Don't bring me down, Bruce. Speaking of Bruce, here.
Just sent you an email.
No, that was earlier. I was just showing it. Here's the picture. I guess there's not really a difference. Whoa! The way your head was, it was like matched up with the picture that he said.
That's kind of creepy. That's kind of creepy.
And when it's Walt's comic shop time, I've got the musical transcription to share with you guys because Max Appleman wrote it.
Hey, Josh, how are you doing?
Let's see. What is the best comic that tells about DC Comics entities and about the birth of emotional spectrum, for example, that is long before Batman, Superman, and other heroes?
Cosmic Odyssey is really, really good. And honestly, you probably want that because of the Magnola artwork. Anything with Jim Starlin, he did a lot of things. Legion of Superheroes, like I love that
scene.
In what?
Goblin Mask scene.
The Darkness Saga is really good. I mean, I don't think it's much. And of course, Fourth World. How could I forget the Fourth World by Jack Kirby? There we go. Hola from Spain. I went to the cathedral in Cadiz and learned what an omnibus meant to all.
Look at you, Omnibus.
You take this Australian out of Australia for a week and he becomes such a learned man.
Good morning, William.
Hey, William, how are you doing?
Oh, Taylor got home at 2 a.m.
Oh, you're working, dude. I'm sorry. Well, I hope you got your coffee if you drink coffee.
Okay.
Bought Akira 1 through 38 a few weeks ago. $500. I have to say, well worth it. Such great colors. My goodness. You know, I'm still looking for a couple of issues. I can't find my issues.
Thank you for the super chat.
But I did find like one of the slim trades for my issues that I'm missing. So I guess that's something. Yeah. If you've never seen the Akira Epic collections, oh my gosh. And you're a fan of Akira, they're beautiful. And of course, this is done in left to right format. So this is done in the traditional Western style. So the art is mirrored. But wow, look at just
John.
now, and the colors were overseen by Ultimo, which makes this amazing. Yeah, I love it.
I like your logic that you're employing.
What, me?
No, John.
What was he saying?
Hey, Ben, how did your video game party go last night, Omar?
Oh, it was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of friends I don't usually see. Then you get to see my buddy Shane he works at Sony now.
Oh, and who did you get to meet? Your first original.
Oh, yeah.
Contact
Rachel.
at Dark Horse.
Yeah. So many years ago, I used to write or I used to review manga for magazines, and we had a podcast. And I had a contact at Dark Horse named Rachel. And it's hilarious because she was like, oh, you live in, she was in Portland at the time. And she was like, oh, you live in Kentucky. Yeah, my hometown is over in Lexington. I was like, oh, that's like 30 minutes away from my house. And I never made a connection. And then she would tell me that her brother still lives in Lexington. And then my buddy Darren, who lives in Lexington, was like, oh yeah, my sister's out in Portland. I never made that connection until about 3 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, Rachel used to send me Berserk. She was like, and last night she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I had boxes of Berserk. And like, I couldn't, nobody I knew liked manga. So my brother ended up with a set. And we all started just reminiscing about that early era of DMP bringing manga over to America, or translating it for Dark Horse. And she was like, yeah, I used to give away like boxes. And then she said that, like, what was it? I can't remember, like, was it Trick or Treating or something?
No.
Well, she hadn't read it though.
No.
Yeah,
she gave away Berserk for Trick or Treating?
Yeah. But that's really cool that
really?
that she was my contact. And I don't know, honey.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get that woman in trouble. But she was a joy to meet, and I finally got to meet her. And now she wants to move to Japan because that's where she wants to work.
Awesome. Saturday Morning Pen. I have not read the Shy manga because, to answer Bar's question, my reading plan is to catch up in One Piece. Yo, this morning I'm at the halfway point. I finished volume 60.
Wow, 60 is the halfway
point because it should be 120 tankobon when all is said and done. Regardless, it's the end of the first era, right? It's going to be the time skip, and like I said years ago, I read up to volume 70 something, but I don't remember what happened. So yay, I'm at 60. In fact, I came down, like, we started a minute or two late because I misjudged my time because I'm reading and I want to finish the book and I didn't have enough time that I wanted to have to get ready. Anyway, that's my yeah. Is it 104 right now or 109 that it's up to?
I think it's 104.
So I'll have to start reading it once I catch up on Viz's website, I'm watching the January upcoming collected editions. Is the Michael Turner creation slipcase contain new material?
No, I think it's just like it's got a what's called lenticular cover on it, and it's very what was it limited to 200? I think so. It's like a small print run.
Where'd you get that DC versus Marvel Omni I saw on your shelf?
I don't know what you're talking about. You saw nothing.
Oh, okay.
That was sent to me. That was sent to me.
Ah, yeah.
And I cannot reveal my source because then everybody be bombarding these people.
Max, I uploaded your musical transcription for noon. And yeah, we saw the Netflix One Piece, and it's really good.
It's good. Yeah.
Like it.
It's a good adaptation. Probably the most faithful adaptation for a manga. Superman Blue and Superman Red.
I thought that question was or.
No, it's
okay.
Superman Blue and Superman Red.
I do like Garp in the manga better than in the show. But it's a good show. It's a good show. I like Garp better.
My sister wants to. I like Kobe in the manga better, just because he's so over the top ridiculous. Like he doesn't freak out in the show. He's a little more low key.
He's serious.
My sister wants to know if there's any Supergirl Omnis. Unfortunately, no. There's 0 Supergirl Omnis.
Oh.
But with Peter David getting a Young Justice Omnibus, we're getting an Aquaman Omnibus. I'm pretty sure DC will do the right thing and give us a Supergirl by Peter David Omnibus. That would be awesome. Thoughts on an Inhumans Omnibus? Would you prefer modern or Silver Age? Happy New Year. Thank you so much for Nerd in the Hood. Well, I would want it to sell. So I would prefer them start with a modern age stuff. Maybe with the Paul Jenkins Inhuman series.
Flint says there's this.
Oh, there are Silver Age. Yeah, that's right. That's right. There are Silver Age. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like, I don't know. My brain always goes post crisis.
And Owls in the Barn also said it.
So there you go.
Would it be an absolute edition of Wildcats 2022?
Wildcats, the 2022 series? I don't know. That's not for a long time. I would think they would go back and keep going with more Wildcats, like get to the Travis Charest series. That would be cool.
What's the spiral one?
Uzumaki.
Or I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Actually, any of them.
Most
people like it also being weird and gross, creepy.
Kyo's good. I will say that most people probably tend to suggest Uzumaki. My favorite's Tomie.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
We are getting a Wildcats compendium.
Can you do a Flash reading order, including involving all the Flash, especially Barry Allen?
Not at this moment. Not at this moment. Those reading orders take me a long time, and I'm pretty drained. But I got to get back to the Transformers one to start doing others like Avengers or Captain America or Wonder Woman. Everybody like the smash button, or maybe smash the like button. Take your pick. Thank you for that, buddy.
You're welcome, Bar. Tony was able to get X-Men Fatal Attractions Omni.
Oh, congratulations. It wasn't even an omnibus. It was just the hardcover. But I'm sure when it's reprinted, it'll be an omnibus. Hello, Melanie and Omar. Hermanos, saludos desde Tijuana, Mexico. See you next February in El Santuario de los Comics. That's right. He invited me on. And I said, I don't know if you want me to throw Spanish out there. And he said,
no, you always do just fine. You got it. You got it.
You always do just fine is what you tell your kid when they're like performing horrible in a play. You did just fine. Omar, were you able to upload preview material for Chris? Yeah, it's on our social media. I don't know if Taylor's still here or not, but we put it all up on our social media. You were asking about Dan. I was. That seems to be a very popular series amongst my daughter's friends. I can tell you it's absolutely bonkers. It has actions and comedy and supernatural and horror and wholesome moments. Can't wait for the anime. You had me at that.
Yeah. Oh, Max, please. I'll still show it. Everybody. There's an A sharp. It should be a B flat.
How about you don't show it to honor his wishes? When does Fatal Attractions Omnibus come out? We should bug Marvel about it. Well, I do a poll every year where people can go and vote for their most wanted omnis. Usually around February. I got to get with my dudes to start that going again because it's a little bit of a long process.
Brian's been eyeing the Earth One books, and Omnibus has to be coming, right?
Well, we're getting a box. We got box sets, right? And big, thick books. Yeah, I'm sure they'll do an omnibus of that era.
Oh, I don't like this. Any Silver Surfer news creeping around out there?
I think in epic format, but I don't even want to say that because I will say that I have a list, but that list is constantly moving. So I don't want to get people excited and then there's no Silver Surfer epic collection if they decide to take it out.
I asked Lydia what she thinks of Silver Surfer. Is it the first or second volume? Mighty Marvel Masterwork.
Yeah, the first one.
And she said, well, she didn't say mopey. What did she say? Sad?
Well, he is a bit of a mopey fellow at the beginning.
I laughed. I was like, oh yeah. That's it. I was like, I've only read All Red's Run.
Regarding Superman Red and Superman Blue, heard some inappropriate jokes back then about them and Lois.
We'll give him a gift.
And now I'm curious what you read, Bruce. Omar, what am I supposed to ask for now? Danny Ketch is getting an omnibus. How excited were you when you got the message the first time? And did you purposely announce that? I purposely announced it on Christmas Eve. Yes. How excited was I? Very excited. It's my #1 most wanted Omni of 2023. And now we're getting it in 2024. So it's really cool.
Bruce, thank you for the
I've been sneaking it. I sneak it into a list of books that David's like, when he asks, like, it's like we're caught up with this line. Now we want to start working on something else other than Avengers and X-Men, or I'm sorry, Spider-Man or X-Men, which seem to be the ones that most of his team kind of knows how they're going to be mapped, but just don't know when they're going to come out. I was like, well, you got all these other heroes, like, and I always sneak Ghost Rider in there. And he's like, did you sneak Ghost Rider in there? And I'm like, yes, I did. Again, for the third time.
So the Star Wars Modern Epics will cover the Disney era, the now canon comics?
Yes, starting with Jason Aaron. Mm-hmm. Did you know if Doctor Strange Omnibus Volume 2 sold well? Any hopes for a third volume? I think it sold well enough. I'm sure we'll get one. Now that we have Ghost Rider Omnibus, guys, let's make a Agent Ven Omnibus. Not the Superman Red Blue from the 90s. I think they're talking about the recent Superman. Oh, I haven't read it yet. How good was it? I'm really happy. Oh my gosh, Elon, there's so much Daredevil being reprinted this year. It's crazy. When are we getting more Star Wars stuff outside of the Empire and Clone Wars era? Are you talking about the Legacy era, the Dark Horse era? Or which era are we talking? There was a Star Wars omnibus I haven't announced yet, and then there was one that unfortunately got delayed until further notice.
Max, I got the good version.
There's Tiger Eyes. Sneak in Agents of Atlas. Oh, look at this man of good taste. I haven't forgotten. I need to send you an email about the DC stuff, and then the most wanted. Tiger Eyes has been making a poll every year, and we played a bigger part in it last year than we've ever had. So he was overwhelmed with the amount of emails he had to check for people like that are wanting their own Omnis. So I want to help him this year with that, and also with the DC stuff that people keep asking me to do. Hey, Omar, I met you a few months ago at Baltimore Comic-Con at the ticket stand. Thank you for all the videos. I look forward to them every day. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for coming to say hello, and we'll probably try to make it to Baltimore again. I really like that con.
I do too.
Viva Peru, carajo!
Thank you for the super chat. Blade's saying it. It's his new catchphrase.
Omar, I was hoping for the Joe Kelly Spider-Man Omnibus. With all the stuff coming out this year, I can see why it was postponed until 2025. Craig, thank you. This is the last Saturday stream of 2023. Strange Academy, I think, is a no-brainer. I think that will come. That might be the next Doctor Strange Omnibus. The other ones, though, that he wants, like Ages of Atlas, I'm a big pusher for. And what's the other one that he wanted? Was it the Hulk? No, Hercules. What a great series. Very underrated.
Are there multiple Johnny Ketch Ghost Rider Epic collections?
So far, there's just one. Wait, are you mixing Johnny and Danny together? Because there's one for Johnny and one for Danny so far.
Could you suggest an Inferno Aftermath Omni to David? That's my most wanted Omni.
The guys that are in charge of and I say guys like there's 30 of them. There's really not that many that are in charge of mapping the X-Men stuff. They do a really good job. So I don't really suggest any X-Men stuff to them outside of like, hey, this issue or this omnibus would be really cool to add this. It's more complete that way. And I'm sure we'll get an Inferno Aftermath omnibus one day. But the thing is are people willing to wait that long? Or will they just jump and get X Factor Omnibus Volume? It would be X Factor Omnibus Volume 2, right? Or New Mutants. Like, if you get all the X titles, there's going to be double, triple dipping. Extinction Agenda can probably be reprinted in an X Factor Omnibus, a New Mutants Omnibus, and an X-Men Omnibus. And an event Omnibus. So there'll be quadruple dipping. But the point is, God knows when we're going to get there. I have no idea when these things are going to be released.
Any news on McKay's Daredevil mini being added to Zdarsky's Daredevil Omni, at least in the back of the Omni?
I've asked. I've heard nothing yet. I haven't heard no or yes, but I've asked.
What's your favorite omnibus?
Of all time? Uncanny X-Men 3 or 1? The all-time.
And mine, well, this year is Deadpool and Cable.
It's a good one.
Spider-Man, which one's Melanie? Like, what's the Omni called? Isn't there like
this is Spider-Man by JMS, Volume 1?
No, Melanie.
There is no Spider-Man by Melanie.
My favorite does not exist.
You talking about Spider-Man, Dick Melanie, and McFarlane?
Yeah.
That's
it. That's
okay.
it. Yeah.
Because there isn't one that's just Melanie. It's usually like the artist that sells those. You mean Cable and Deadpool? Dang right.
Hey, Torsten.
What's ROK? Is that Road of? What's ROK? Gambit and Rogue Omnibus is a no-brainer for 24. Yes, sir. I would love that. Realm of the Kings? Is that what you mean? Realm of the Kings? You got to vote for it, man.
What about the Authority? The Authority reprint?
Oh, I have no control on DC reprints. I have no idea. Is it out of print? The Authority? I mean, what was that about Marvel usually not reprinting OHCs? I want to collect. Yeah, they don't reprint OHCs. Not usually. I'm just going to go ahead and say they don't reprint OHCs. Because usually the only OHCs I think they've reprinted in recent years have been Civil War, Immortal Hulk. There was another one that they reprinted, but most of the time they don't reprint them.
Realm of Kings is what most.
Realm of Kings, yeah. I'm sure that might make it in our top 20, so make sure you vote. Good morning, Omar. What is the schedule for this week? What top 10s are we getting? Any reveals? You mean like as far as like breaking news? I don't know. I have to wait for people to come back to the office. I don't think anybody's rushing back to the office, are they? Let's see. Top 10. Oh, top 30 is what I'm doing. My top 30 collected editions I'm looking forward to in most of 2024 because, as we know, the whole year is not solicited yet. And then my list of top 10 favorite Marvel Omnis released in 2023 and my list of top 10 DC Omnis released in 2023. Omar, do you prefer to collect an omnibus or epic collection and why? Omnibus editions. I've always preferred that edition. It's bigger and superior and letter pages. If it's classic stuff like Silver Age and Bronze Age, they have the letter pages added. I love the epics. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously you've seen my room tour, or maybe you haven't, but I love the epics. But most of the epics, if I have an omnibus format, I've given away. I've kept a lot recently though, because I'm like, oh, I need to do reading orders and redo reading orders, update reading orders. May have to keep a couple of epics. But yeah, omnis have always been my taste.
James says Omar likes anything big and thick.
This is true. I do.
Jack, thank you for the super chat.
Except for my bills.
Civil War Omni announcement.
Oh, Jack, you've got thoughts. Good for you if you like that story. It's a shame that they are ditching the OHC format for Omnis. They are not affordable for my budget. It is a shame, but I mean, if you look at OHCs, they themselves have gone up over the years, right? They're like $50, I think, for 12 issues sometimes. I mean, look at X Lives and X Deaths of Wolverine was 12 issues and it was $75. So maybe they're just thinking, and I'm just, you know, thinking logically, okay, if the overhead is as much as an omnibus, why not print this as an omnibus? We'll make more money. I'm just looking at it from a business perspective, right? And I'm not saying that's solely the reason.
Max has made a good point about the fact that you can even make a top 10 favorite omnis that came out this year. Meaning so many omnis came out that you had to narrow it down to 10. Do
you remember I don't know how long you've been collecting, Max, but there was a time when there was only like one omnibus a month, sometimes one omnibus every 2 or 3 months. It was insane. I think you also love the Marvel Superheroes Capcom. Yes, I do. Given its release of 1995-94 for X-Men, yes, time I was in comics, would that make Psylocke Quan? You just had to throw Quanon in there. Look, in my headcanon, Quanon doesn't exist. It's always been Psylocke. But I guess you're right. That would have been Quanon. Oh, I hated that. I've never talked ill of Fabian Nicieza, but that is one retcon he did that I absolutely hated. And he's coming back to the channel on January 8th and to do a interview at 3 p.m. So maybe I'll ask him if that was him or editorial.
John, thank you for the super chat. Here's your pingu.
Oh my gosh.
Realistically, how many X titles should run at the same time? At what point does multiple titles overcomplicate things and dilute the brand?
That's something that's something that that's something that we all wonder, right? Because from a publisher's perspective, if it's selling, why do we stop printing it? From a reader's perspective, if they're printing it, why am I not buying it if I'm an X-Men head, an X-head, right? So they've tried a few times in the past, right? In the 90s, they tried when they were like, it's oversaturated, let's cancel some titles. Joe Quesada did that when he came and became editor-in-chief. Said, all right, too many X titles. Again, this feels like the 90s, canceling a bunch of lines. We're sticking to mainly 4 titles. And it seems like, you know, the further away we get from that era, the more and more titles we add. But then who's at fault? The consumer? Supply and demand, right? If these books are still selling, if books like Excalibur are still selling, and I'm just using that as an example, why would the publisher stop printing it? So it's really, really difficult to answer this question, because I would love a more condensed X-Men line. I would love just for 3 titles to exist. I love Wolverine, but does he really need a title on his own?
Yes.
Yes, of course he does. But I mean, there's other characters that you can spotlight. Even when he was dead, he had an ongoing series. Let that sink in. Wolverine died. He had an event called The Death of Wolverine, and he still had an all-new Wolverine series. That's just crazy.
Reading single issues of Batman, Zdarsky's Batman, and then seeing, like, I'm not exaggerating, like,
well, there's Detective
every 2 or 3 pages, an ad for another Batman story. That, John, I did get that feeling of like diluting the brand of like I was like, I'm reading a Batman story and I keep getting all these ads for other Batman stories, which, okay, when I say it out loud that makes sense, but when I can't think of the word. It did feel a little diluting. There, John, you picked the right word. Once a year compliment Omar. He doesn't even see it.
Well, my wife is picking the comments, so you must get us an Anacenti Daredevil Omnibus. Well, I think they know. There are too many Omnis per month. Most people cannot keep up. I have a nice room, not Omar quality, but sometimes I have to wait for massive sales and hope they don't sell out. And that's also the thing Tiger Eyes brings up. Like, there was a time when you could be an all omnibus collector, right? There was a time when you could be the guy that's like, I'm getting all the Marvel Omnis this month, all the DC Omnis. Now it's like, you got to pick and choose. I mean, I don't speak for everybody. I'm sure there's people with a lot more money, you know, out there that want to buy every omnibus. But now it's come to be the point of like, well, I got to choose what I collect, because also space is an issue, right? You can't just have everything because space eventually gives in. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Maybe Chris said yes at the same time.
About Wolverine?
Yeah.
I think every Wolverine story has already been told without having to go to that era that needs to be told, which is his background. But I want to go back and this is why when you highlight these things, I can't focus on the question. The Tiger Eyes brought up a really good point.
Here,
so
I'll go back to Tiger Eyes.
And the publishers have figured this out too, right? Publishers that are putting these books out know people only collect Batman. Know there are certain people that only collect X-Men Omnis. But what does that mean? Is that X-Men or New Mutants, Excalibur, Wolverine, X-Factor, all under the X-Men umbrella? And then there are people that collect Avengers. I always make this joke about how, man, what it would feel like to be a Miss Marvel omnibus collector. You'd only get Miss Marvel. That's it. You got one omnibus, baby. That's it. Or a Nova omnibus collector. Here's hoping for a modern Nova omnibus. Or maybe you'd have to buy wrong because that issue. No, Nova does appear in there. Yeah, it's just different times we're living in. It used to be so different. Favorite absolute story and art, mine is Planetary for both, and since they fit the whole series into one book. That is a beautiful book, and I'm glad that they reprinted it. That one time that was wasn't it 2 absolute editions at one time, I think? Or no, that was a Authority. Authority was 2 absolute editions.
Thank you, Bruce. Hey, Transcendent Travis. Did you see the Image is doing a compendium of Fatale?
No.
Do you think they will ever reprint the volume OHC? Do you have a contacted Image that might be able to shed some light on that for us?
My contacted Image is super sweet, but she has no answers because every studio under the Image umbrella, whether it's Skybound or whether it's McFarlane, they do their own thing. But they do run it through Image first. Like, we're going to do this? And Image is like, yeah, you're McFarlane. You do whatever you want to. Yeah, you're Robert Kirkman. But on the other end, the more omnis they put out, the sooner we might get a chance for things like Agents of Atlas. It is a double-edged sword, right? It's like we want all these things that are near and dear to us, but the journey there are other things that other people want, like the Ultimate Universe. That is one of my favorite complaints that I see. How could they be printing this when we need more Spider-Man or more X-Men? Or that I'm like, yeah. Or, how can they be printing all this Ultimate stuff? They need to get through the Silver and Bronze Age first. But those books sell. And there's a huge amount of people that love that era.
Do you think there will ever be an in-game to your collection, Omar? No. At what point do you hit the limit, you think?
You can't answer that question.
There's no.
Let's say I'm lucky enough to be doing this for 10 years, right? I'm still doing it in 10 years time, whether it's YouTube or whether it's another platform, and publishers are still sending me books. That's when I really have to start curating because I've run out of space, and I don't want to start kind of like what Rob, I love my buddy Rob, but his house is a video game house now. And you have to, you have to have a special lady. As soon as you walk in, there's arcade games. And I remember joking with him. I would be like, hey man, this is going to start shifting over here to your dining room. And sure enough, there's now arcade games in his dining room. And I'm not judging because everybody's different, but I don't want to be like that. I don't want to start shifting the books, to our bedroom. I don't want to start shifting the books to the living room. Eventually I would have to start curating the list. Now, if I'm making if I go back to IT, knock on wood, I hope that never happens. I don't miss the corporate world at all. And I have to, go back to the days of thank you, baby. Okay, I can't afford everything. What do I get? Then I would just focus on X-Men. The X-Men umbrella, the Wolverine and X-Factor. And then, of course, New Warriors, right? You got to throw New Warriors in there. Omar, can't you just buy? No, I'm not buying a warehouse. I make YouTube money. Goodbye, Epic Collections. That
game is Alpha Omni. When Alpha Omni comes out.
The day I announced the Alpha Omni, I'm retiring.
This is the weekly reminder, translation desperately to Dark Horse Comics for a library edition of The Victories by Michael Avon
Oming. Mm-hmm.
Let's make it happen in 2024.
Wait a minute. What do you mean weekly reminder? This is the beginning of the reminder, you mean?
Oh, that's good.
It's always In Life of Peace. Good. That's such a good book. Or
Nobody
movie.
Needs New Warriors.
You are dead to me. Blue Beetle is a poor man's Speedball. And he came out years before Speedball. Steve Ditko created Speedball, okay? Do you have any info on the DCBS covers of Fear Agent? I do not. I don't really talk to DCBS. I mean, I'm friends with Emily, but at InStock Trades, but I don't think she has anything to do with DCBS anymore. Space is something that stresses me out.
Outer space?
I have books on the way, and I'm in denial of the fact that I'll have to find place for them when they get here. Like there's big books that I think can fit under the bed, right? And then am I justifying like making more room that way if I start putting books under the bed? Where's my dog gonna go hide? All Europeans live in castles. Really? Blue Beetle's a poor man's Dark Hawk? Who said that? Yeah, Blas, where you at now, son? I'll take those Mila Manara books off your hands. Mr. Tech's already volunteering himself. The New Warrior Classics Omnibus Volume 3 is my most anticipated book of 2020. God bless you, Carlos. God bless you and people like you.
I discovered one of my coworkers is a big game collector. He's going to put an addition in his house for a third dedicated game room. His closet is bigger than my bedroom and filled with games. Wow.
Okay, well, there's another option. We could expand on the house, Melanie. You've always wanted a tiny house. I'll build you a tiny home right over here. And you go live there. You come visit. And our whole bedroom's got nothing but books. You come visit, use the bathroom here because you ain't got no working plumbing system over there. It's a tiny home. Happy New Year, Melanie and Omar.
Canary Bricks, I'm glad I made you laugh about outer space. Let's see, Juggernaut, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thanks for another superb year of news, stories, and announcements. Looking forward to a fun-filled 2024. Thank you so much, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the Deadpool movie. That's something I'm looking forward to.
There you go. Let me get a couple comments here. With DC fulfilling my wish, Secret 6 Omni, I need Marvel to step up with Exiles. I think last year David said not now, but who knows? Maybe soon. Maybe sometime. You heard it here first. Put all your X-Men Omnibus under your bed. That's not the first one I would put under my bed. Wolverine is a ripoff of Timberwolf. Timberwolf. The Legion of Superheroes. Wolverine actually wore a Timberwolf outfit when he killed Fang in the Dark Phoenix saga and looked better than Timberwolf ever thought about looking. Don't come at me, Blas. With DC fulfilling my... Oh, I'm sorry. Who is a popular character you don't like, and who is an unpopular character that you do like? Well, apparently New Warriors are all unpopular characters that I do love. Who is a character that is overplayed and see, like Deadpool under the right writer
is awesome.
Is a great character. The goofiness that some writers, I'm not going to say any names, brought to the character just does nothing for me. Absolutely nothing.
As I said before, when I read, I'm looking for that balance of goofiness and some actual story to Deadpool stories that Fabian Macias has struck all those years ago.
You're never going to believe this. I don't like Gambit. I never liked Gambit.
Oh, wait, did you get a gift, Owen? Here's a gift.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
I've never liked Gambit. I thought he was overrated. I thought his power was stupid. Like, if you're going to charge something, you're going to charge cards? Why don't you charge, like, a gun and make those kinetic bullets?
Okay, that's a good point.
But people love Gambit. He's smooth with the ladies. He's the Han Solo of the X-Men. I get why people like him. I never really liked him. I think he's a really popular character. He looks really cool visually. I think Jim Lee did an awesome job designing him. He looks awesome in the X-Men versus Street Fighter video game with his
credit card
hair blowing in the wind. It's kinetic card, not credit card. What is wrong with you?
That was a good question. Don't exile me to a van down by the river.
Yeah, yes, I love that.
Down by the river. Oh, wait. Did you answer the question of what's an unpopular character you like?
The New Warriors.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay.
Like, it seems like, I think me and Carlos and a couple other people are like New Warrior fans. Sorry, I'm late. I overslept. Just kidding. Overcool. Well, I hope you feel better, buddy. Blue Beetle's a poor man's Omar. Yes, I like that. Where's Blast right now is checking his blood pressure. I can't believe these fools are making fun of Blue Beetle. He even copied. Okay, he didn't copy it. It was just misdrawn, Phil. You can blame that on Dave Cockrum. Joker's overused. Joker having his own series doesn't make any sense to me either. Like, how is Joker going to have an ongoing series? I guess Carnage has an ongoing series too. Least favorite characters, Don't Kill Me, Deadpool, Punisher, Lobo, Cable, Revenge. Oh my gosh, Quanon again? Yeah. Okay, that's another one I don't like. The older I get, the less I like Gambit. You don't like Gambit? I know. It's
Sucker blue.
Sorry. Look, wait, come back up here. Look at Josh and his logic. You would charge gunpowder in your hands. Yes. And put them in bullet casings. The Comics Code Authority didn't allow guns, Omar. Gambit is awesome. That's why he's awesome. What about the Punisher? The Punisher used nothing but guns.
Somebody was asking about the Thor behind me. I have to wait for my nails to dry.
It's the JMS and Gillen run.
X-Men is a poor man's One Piece.
Who said that?
Josh. Omar said cheap copy of Jess.
Who said that?
Blas.
Blas.
Bye, Josh. With the reprint of New Avengers Volume 1 and Assembly Volume 2, do you think we could get an Avengers Dark Reign, Utopia Siege, Omni, and Avengers
by Brian Michael Bendis to fill the... I mean, I'm sure that stuff is going to be mapped. I don't know if they'll do a Dark Reign Utopia Siege omnibus. Siege is already... They added Siege, and actually there. It's in the Thor omnibus. So maybe they might rethink about adding it to the Brian Michael Bendis omnis. Any chance for Roy Thomas? I would love to interview Roy Thomas. Byrne, I can tell you, I don't. Unless he changes his mind about things, I don't think he just wants any kind of spotlight. But Steranko, I would love to also interview. Omar's a poor man's pet. What? Penance? That you met that really crappy character that Paul Jenkins created. Oh my gosh, you talk about emo. Oh, when Speedball felt so awful about what he did. Bubbly bouncing Speedball built himself an Iron Maiden costume where the spikes would hit him because he always wanted to feel pain. And he became known as Penance.
Oh.
Yeah, that whole storyline. Sorry, kids, if you're watching, can go to hell. I hated that story so much. I'm like, what? What are we doing? Oh, man. Gambit's a good cook. The two-gun kid uses... Gambit kissed the sleeping rogue in the cartoon. Guy's a creep, my dude. Cancel Gambit. Hashtag cancel Gambit. That's right. Almost all comic characters are drawn with guns. Makes you want to lift. Oh, you mean guns like that. Merry New Year to you too, man. How have you been? With all that out of the way, any gallery editions announcements? You know, that's something I didn't see in the... I saw the Masterworks, and I saw the list of epics and omnis, and I think the art books, and then the Reckoning War OHC for Fantastic Four, but I didn't see any gallery editions. I will ask.
Logan's looking forward to the interview with Niciesa and the Omni Niciesa
X-Men Omni. But is there enough for his own Omni? I think they'll just probably combine it with the Uncanny.
That Siege was
they added it because you all asked. I thought I went over that in one of the solicits, but they did add Siege in there and the Beta Ray Bill story. Can't believe somebody said it at last. You rock, Omar. Yeah, man. Gambit haters for life. He took my girl.
Omar, I'm giving you up for Lent. Jack, thank you.
X-Men is a poor man's My Hero Academia. What is with all these horrible, horrible takes? You millennials and your My Hero Academias and your Yu Yu Hakusho. Wait, that might be a Gen X thing. That's a Gen X thing. No, there's a new Yu Yu Hakusho show.
Oh, is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the live action one.
Hey, Silhouetted Animator. Yes.
It's been a minute, man. I did.
Got all 4.
It's right there. And I'll be giving three copies away when I do the overview. I have to figure out what, how, when. Bob the Goon is obviously the most underrated character. There he is. He's using him as his avatar. He did a great reference in Harleen, though. Yeah, he was. He did at least get a reference there.
All right. It is.
What's up, Hunter? How are you, my brother?
With us. Hi, Tina.
There you go. With willing the labels. Omar, it's what I do, Tina, you millennial. You're just mad you didn't make it to the Gen X kids. I'm so sorry, Tina. That wasn't on me.
Wait,
that was on your mom and dad. You need to blame them.
Before Walt, let's get this super chat from
my answer to the popular question. I love Morbius. He's a great horror character, and I hate
horror character.
Modern Harley. So unfunny. I love the classic one. You like the one that looked like a jester and not the new 52 Harley where they changed her up to look like the Suicide Squad movie Harley. Is that what you mean? I can see that. Yeah, because honestly, she's a little bit like Deadpool, right? If the right writer is writing the character, she can be awesome. Like, I really like the Palmiotti and Amanda Connor stuff. Thank you so much, Bruce, for the super chat regarding space. Mine are in 3 areas. Marvel in one room, DC Indies in another, Absolutes in the hallway. About 3 years of space left, then converting the garage or buy one of those outdoor plastic sheds. See, my man is on top of it. He's on top of it. Y'all hurt my feelings. But it's not like you wrote the character.
Okay, what's shop time? Me, guys. Just want to level with you. If you live in Europe,
oh my goodness,
and you're interested in buying and pre-ordering Omnis,
okay,
then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany.
All right.
They have a flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries in bulletproof packaging. Please don't try it out. There's a disclaimer. Emails answered within 24 hours. So if you're looking for some new titles or out-of-print books, head over to waltscomicshop.com. And if you use the code near mint condition at checkout, you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. Now, you all, I got a better version to show.
And I have to say that right now their big book deals are Daredevil by Zdarsky for €69.99 and the Flash by Williamson Omnibus for €79.99. And that's Walt's Comic Shop.
Look at this.
What is this nonsense?
Max wrote it by ear. Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding, ding. Ding! I did it backwards. Oh, you threw me off, Max. Isn't that cool?
Max Appleman
actually
has a lot of time.
I don't think I actually sing the same note every time, though. Did Omar just flip us off? It did look like you flipped. You were like countdown? Counting.
That's the Peruvian countdown, man.
Oh man, magnificent sheet music. Thank you. Let's see. So, Omar, I've never read this, so I'm going to ask you. Are you a fan of Frankfort?
Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm trying to see what has he done? Then it's Frankfort, right? Frankfort, Melanie? Help me out here.
Sure.
Baranger.
Yes, Rafe, Omar is Peruvian.
Yes, I am.
Okay, while you're looking that up, do you think they will ever do a John Ostrander Spectre?
Oh, I have a custom one, so I hope so. I hope we get a legit one. His art looks pretty. Omar is Peruano.
So you looked it up. His art looks pretty?
Yeah, it does. How could Gambit take your lady when you're already married to her?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You better not try. I'll take his weak butt cards out of my house. That's why I don't keep playing cards here.
Oh,
I wrote it down the way you did it on the stream with Jess. Look at that. What a guy. Omar, who would win? Harley Quinn versus Gwenpool. At poker? What are we talking about here, James? At telling jokes? Neither one are funny. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn would kill Gwenpool.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Am I?
Psycho Cleveland's freaking out.
Why do people think indie comics are anything non-superhero? Can you correct the record? Yeah, I think when I think of indie comics, I think of Boruto. I think of One Piece. I think of books like detective comics, really. Not Batman?
What are you?
I'm trying to make it blow up.
Oh, the pronunciation is Francois.
Francois. Thank you for that. I don't know, man. I think everybody has a different definition of what indie, right? I mean, do we still consider Image indie? Those people were trying to make books. Now, because we have crowd-funded books, I think a lot of people are like, well, that seems to be like more of the indie than Image titles. Image is a big publisher now. Dark Horse is a big publisher. But do I still consider things like The Goon to be indie or Harrow County? So it really depends on your definition. Non-superhero books, that tends to be regarded as independent. I mean, if you think about Vertigo titles, a lot of them seem to like be independent titles. Is Cycle Cleveland even here? Am I talking to myself? Any chance of a Batman Beyond omnibus or hardcovers? Zero Mike, thank you for the super chat. Right now, we know we're getting a Batman Beyond compendium so far. That's it.
Leo was on the chat. Was it only last week?
With me and Amanda and you on Lord of the Rings? Yeah.
Oh,
you shut your mouth about what?
Bar says, I tend to joke a lot, but Harley Comics when I was 16 was a great escape from a difficult reality. I was going through a lot of things mentally, and Harley's modern comics were my comfort to run to. Just like Deadpool and Cable is mine. Someone asked about Jeff John Teen Titans. Should it be read before or after Young Justice?
Oh, after. It takes place right after graduation day, which is the ending of the Young Justice and Teen Titans by Dan Jurgens. There's one definition. Look it up into. Oh my gosh! Why does he yell? Please explain the inclusion of the Saturday Night Live issue from the Team 70s in the latest team up. You mean the exclusion? Because it's not in there, is it?
Thank
Keep
you,
that
Danny,
gif up there
sure.
for a second.
Thank you for the oh my gosh, what's it called? Super chat. You meant keep the comment up.
Yeah, because I have it here somewhere. Because he's talking about Marvel Team Up, and it's not in there. I don't think.
Richard said Spider-Man was my getaway comic.
Wait. What volume is he talking about? This is volume 7. Did he say volume 7?
No, he just said latest team up.
Oh, so that would be volume 8. You're talking about the exclusion of it, right, Danny? It's a licensing thing, I think. Unless you know something I don't know, that they end up including it in there. Like this is volume 7. Of course, this is the one that you're talking about.
I don't consider Image or Dark Horse indie companies. They've been around for 30 plus years, have had several comics in the top 10, and I can find their stuff in mainstream stores and TV.
Yes, but you're thinking of them as publishers, though. You're not thinking about the two guys living in their basements trying to break it in and then finally getting their books published by Image to get a bigger eye on their projects. There's a lot of kickstarted books and a lot of crowdfunded books that will end up republishing or reprinting their books through Image. So in a way, I still consider them indie. Marvel has the issue for Cell Digital. Yeah, well, okay, maybe.
Said, no, it's in there.
It's in the Marvel Team Up? Is that the one that we've already announced? Or the one that I announced and they had left it off at first?
Let's see.
Omar has never. Yeah. You and Melanie want to talk about that one?
What Omni can I find the Psylocke as Lady Mandarin story in?
Oh, you want the X-Men by Claremont and Jim Lee omnibus. I think it's in volume 1. It's the Acts of Vengeance storyline.
Bruce, thank you for the super chat.
Saturday Night Live issue is on Marvel Universe. It's so awful. Okay, so if it's a Marvel Universe, and you're saying that it was left out of the... Oh, they did include it. So they did include it in the Masterworks? Is it? But it's not out yet, is it? Okay, make my life easier. What issue of Marvel Team Up are we talking about? What's the issue number, I mean?
To go back to Batman Beyond, Kane says that it's getting its first hardcover in 2024.
Is that the new series, Kane, or the classic stuff?
Batman Beyond 1 Neo Gothic.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Batman Beyond hardcover has been announced for 2024. I can only find a paper. Yeah, the paperback compendium is the one that I knew about. The hardcover, is it the new series? Okay, so issue 74 is what's been added.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
Oh my gosh.
Bam.
I'm so confused.
Kane says it is the new series for Batman Beyond.
Oh, you're right. It's in here. You know why I didn't see it? It's because it's neither in the cover or the back covers where they usually put the covers. And when I announced it, I thought it was a licensing issue, and that's why they took it out. So I'm glad it worked out. Look at that. Belushi. That's awesome.
Graham said, what?
So yeah, they added it in there. Awesome.
What's the next Batman omnibus you want?
Oh, Legacy and Contagion. Or no, the correct answer is the post-crisis. Are you playing more manga content next year for more videos per day? I would love seeing more interviews. Oh, thank you, Rahul. You're one of the people that do love our interviews. Yeah, Tina's gonna help me do some manga stuff.
Wait. Let's see. Did I hear correctly that they'll stop making OHCs?
I don't know if they'll stop, but they have certainly slowed down. I know that I think of two that I haven't announced yet, but Avengers Volume 5 by Aaron, but that was in the last solicit. I'm sorry, and then the Reckoning War, Fantastic Four. One of the things I love NMC is Omar's ability to make me interested, obsessed, in the books that I haven't read yet. Rom is a good example. I've researched it a lot. Looking forward to the giveaway. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm looking forward to talking about that character. Correct answer is Murder Fugitive, Omar. That's not the correct. That's not the correct answer. The correct answer is post-crisis Batman.
Food and Omni Adventures with Melanie.
In 2024.
Oh, thank you. I don't understand the food reference though. Thank you so much.
I haven't seen you for a while, Paul. How have you been, man? Happy holidays, Omar and Melanie. Thank you, man. Happy holidays to you, and don't forget to have a wonderful new year.
Don't forget now. Don't forget to have
some people do, man. Ola Peeps. What's up, Ipsy?
Awesome.
Well, I have
off work. Happy weekend.
I think they will finish out Wolverine and X-Force and oversized hardcovers. I think that's it. What is your currently biggest, most badly wanted whale with a collection that massive? Do you? Oh, I have whales. Yes, lots of manga whales. Essex County in hardcover format. I always see it behind Kristen, the comic slayer, and I want to go visit her in Owensboro, Kentucky, to go steal it from her, and then put it behind me.
Oh, Richard, thank you for explaining Hot Dogs and Omni Eyes.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hey, Omar, you should finish the Hangover trilogy since you love the first one so much. False. Why are you bringing that up on this chat? This is a positive and honest community. What's wrong with you, Craig? Oh my gosh, I can't believe they made 3 of those movies.
Oh.
Be soothing myself with Xmas Omni Hall, Phantom Stranger, 7 Soldiers. Looking forward to the Iron Fist Omni coming out in January. Yeah, it's a good one.
Do a book trade with her.
But she loves Jeff Lemire, and I have anything that she would want.
Who's the cover artist on that Thor Omni?
Olivier Coipel. That's how I was told to pronounce it. But I am a Peruvian that was raised in Kentucky, so you're lucky I don't talk like this the whole time. Oliver Coipel. But I can fake an accent like that, let me tell you, buddy, because I would prank call people left and right with that accent. They really thought I was some dude here from Kentucky selling bass fishing equipment.
Graham's asking, what's a character or group that doesn't have an Omni that you would love to have?
Agents of Atlas. That is the correct answer. And the Avengers Academy, Avengers Initiative era. Yes. My sister-in-law.
My sister's and her husband bought a house. The house Johnny was born in,
or when he was a baby, lived in.
Yeah,
but
that sounds like, I don't know.
But Johnny Depp doesn't even claim to be from America, so who cares?
Okay, issue 74, the recent
Yes.
Mighty Marvel
Yes. So they
Masterpiece.
did add it. It is in here. You are correct. They did not add it to the back, which is really interesting.
I want a classic just
Yes.
Spider-Woman on me.
I'll take a modern and a classic. That would be good.
Nomad.
I think maybe Nisiasa would agree with
Marvel, Spider-Man, and the Outlaws. The Thunderbolts before the Thunderbolts. DC Atari Force.
The DC Atari Force. Oh my gosh. Omar, when you get advanced copies of Omnis from Marvel, do you get to pick your cover? Oh, David is nice enough to let me pick the cover. I'm very, very lucky if they do send the cover that I picked, though. But I'm not going to complain. Like, people see my videos and they're like, man, you need to tell them to stop sending you, the stuff that has like dings on the corners and stuff. And I'm like, it's a review copy. I don't mind. It's not like your copy. I hope your copy's not going to look like that. So yeah, I get to pick the covers, but usually about 70% of the time they send me the right covers. Other times they're just like, throw a book in a box and they're like, whatever.
Muppets Omni.
Best of all time. That's a good one. Very underrated. I don't own that one. I don't own that one or the Muppet Baby Omnis. I don't know why.
Jack, thank you for this super chat.
No, I think he's
Omar wishes death for Zach
Galifianakis. I actually think he's a funny guy. I just don't like the Hangover movies, man.
You sounded like the Big Lebowski when you said that. Hey, Richard.
Like the dude or the
amazing.
Big Lebowski?
Like the dude.
Okay.
Like Lebowski.
Well, he's not Lebowski.
He's
Come on, Melanie.
I'm trying to be.
Are there any modern Jonah
about.
Hex books worth reading? Oh my gosh, if you've not read Jonah Hex by Palmiotti and Gray, that is a freaking modern masterpiece that for some reason is out of print and DC won't collect in a big hardcover format. That and the All-Star Western are excellent.
Is Hawkeye by Fraction a good omnibus for Kate Bishop? Any other omnis with Kate?
You want Young Avengers, and you want the original Young Avengers run. So it's the Alan Heinberg run. And
ooh, that's a good price.
Yeah, you would want that. The Hawkeye by Matt Fraction has half the story is the story of Clint Barton, and the other half is the story of Kate Bishop. Vengeance of Moon Knight this week. Woo! Is that the follow-up by McKay? Warning, what's up, man? How you doing?
Legion of Superheroes Omni in 2024?
I would like that. I would like for them to go back to the Paul Levitz era. Start doing that.
You don't like Hangover because it's based on your life when you were
I never had a face tattoo like Mike Tyson.
I'm not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. Hey, Micah.
How are you doing, man? The first Hangover is funny for a dude bro movie. The sequels are terrible. And nothing wrong with dude.
There are no Shazam Omnis.
There was going to be one, but it got canceled. We're very lucky we still got the Power of Shazam Volume 2, but in trade paperback format. It's only allowed to be the dude if he likes White Russians. I do like White Russians.
Jonah Hex, No Way Back. That's the one?
That's a good one, yeah. I mean, there's several trade paperbacks sort of that era.
Muppet Baby.
I have a
Make our dreams come true.
I have a fanfic. What happened to Skeeter before the Muppets and what she's done. It's really dark. It's really dark. I may have been drunk and told the Muppet Baby creator what I thought happened to Skeeter. I don't think he appreciated what I thought happened to Skeeter.
It's not an Omni, but the Kelly Thompson.
Yes. That's a good one too.
Something. Run for Kate Bishop was also good.
It's excellent. Jeff Lemire also had a run on that too. I haven't seen Rebel Moon yet. I just finished Reacher, catching up on Reacher. So I'll be watching Rebel Moon soon. I'm not one of these dudes that hates Snyder. I'm not one of these dudes that loves Snyder. I'm one of these dudes that likes movies, and I'll take it as that. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, then it is funny though, because people really get or have strong opinions about certain creators and how everything is trash or how nothing can be good or everything is phenomenal. They did. Hey,
okay.
Omar, what do you think? The chances are we get a Champions Omnibus. I'm surprised we haven't, since Kamala and Miles have gotten way more popular. Oh, you're talking about that Champions era. I'm surprised too. I'm surprised we don't have a Miss Marvel Omnibus again, like the new one. We've had 3 Miles Omnis. But what does Nanny look like from the Muppets? Oh, she doesn't have a torso. She has no upper body. That Stan Lee live cameo was on Muppet Babies.
Aww.
The first live cameo, really. Omar, what are your thoughts on Scott Snyder's New 52 Batman Omnibus? I got the Omni. Oh, I like it. It's a great entry to the character. It's good. I like the first Omnibus more than the second one.
Craig, I finished book 1 of The Fellowship, and I'm liking Strider in the book. Thanks for asking. I was talking to Omar about One Piece, and the whole time he thought I was talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
I was like, I'm halfway done. He's like, wow, you're reading that fast. No, that was I'm talking about One Piece. All right, any Morbius the Living Vampire fans here? I think I might be the only one. Still my favorite vampire character.
More so than Dracula. Oh, Reacher is excellent. Dude, that guy, when he puts a beat down on somebody, it looks so real that I'm like, oh, when he's breaking, dude, he broke that dude.
Talking about
he broke dude's arm with his headbutt. I was like, that's so awesome. It's good. I like that show.
Tiger Eyes likes New Warriors, but which iteration is the worst? The Civil War team, the depowered mutant team, or the Yost team?
You're not even. You're not
okay.
You didn't even.
Fires.
I love the fact that you didn't even bring up the team that never got made with Snowflake and Safe Space. that could have been the worst. I don't know. Oh, the worst is the Civil War team. Absolutely. The depowered mutant team I actually enjoy, man. I like the depowered mutant team. I didn't see it coming. I actually like the writer, Kevin Graveau, I think, the guy that did Underworld. He did the Blue Marble, which is a great creation.
Omar, can you do your best Stan Lee impression? Thank you, Jack, for the super.
Why, Jack? Why do you want to see that? No, I don't think I can. I can do Excelsior, something like that, right? Like, I think the older I get, I may be able to do it a little better. Yeah. So I'll just sound like an old man.
What are your hopes for manga in 2024?
Deluxe editions of the Masamune Shirow library that Dark Horse still has the license to. So Appleseed, Orion, Black Magic, that stuff. But I'm old. And I'm sure some young stuff too. Young Buck stuff too. Like Dan in hardcover format. Dan.
Omar, my double stuffed Oreo cookie mixed in with Madagascar vanilla ice
What's
cream
happening
with chocolate sauce and sprinkles on top. Blow me a kiss. Your bar.
Are you channeling
proud?
Bar?
Are you proud of this description of Omar? What artist did you never think of working on a title, but once they're announced, you thought the choice was brilliant? For me, it was
Pasquale Ferry
on Doctor Strange.
You know, he's one that's very hit and miss with me. Maybe Nick Darrington on Doom Patrol with Gerard Way. I didn't think that would work. Jeff Lemire on anything, because I'm not a fan of Jeff Lemire's art, like, at all. He grows on me, but yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, Capullo became an Image artist, and I was like, is he too Image for Batman? But no, it fit right. Oh my God, it's so good. So good.
Thank you for the super chat.
Stuart Eminem on X-Men. That was fun. I wasn't the biggest.
Thank you,
fan. There you go.
Oh,
Chef's kiss.
There we go.
I wasn't the biggest Stuart Eminem fan at the time, but his art on X-Men, and I'm talking about, of course, Brian Michael Bendis' run, solid. It was good. It's Dan. Dang it. I messed that one up.
What did you say, Dan?
I sound like an old man. Back in my day, we didn't have silly names like Juju, Gatsuso, and Dan. And Bo.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
We had simpler names like Gone and Astro Boy.
Did you read through all the side issues in the Devil's Reign?
I did.
Only read the main, enjoyed it. Can't decide.
I'll be honest, ups and downs. Some of them are better than others. I wasn't a fan of the Spider-Man one. There was also one. Now, Villains for Hire was okay, but it was just so padded out because you knew what was going to happen. They were going to end up like Kingpin's Thunderbolts because that was already in issue 1. So by the time you're reading it, you're like, well, okay, I guess I'll finish reading how they got together. I like Superior 4. I thought Superior 4 was so good.
Bard, thank you for the super sticker.
Do I have any aspirations for the channel in 2024?
Oh, I forgot to. Omar deleted some of these gifts. I can't find the.
Let me answer your question. Learn how to pronounce Olivia Coipel. Interview John Byrne. There's a big one. I get angry John Byrne here to yell at everybody that's commenting on his live stream. I'm giving you the cat. Oh my gosh, I actually have some kind of working relationship with DC. It's been ridiculously long. How persistent I've been, which is trying to even ask them for advanced things, not books, not even free books or whatever. I don't care about that. That's pretty much it. And then work on TikTok with Tina.
That was a good question, Bar. How would you rate the Thunderbolts runs? Love the Jeff Parker Omni.
My favorite one is 1. And then the Jeff Parker. And then 2 and 3. Red all the way at the bottom. I was not a fan of that run. Even when Charles Soule took over it, it's just not that good. Reach 1 million subs. What have I done? Have I turned into AI? All my videos will now be AI generated. Omar, when are you going to take another Saturday off to allow Melanie, Tina, Maddie, and Bar?
That was fun.
It would have to be Amanda. Did you get your white ladies mixed up again, James? I've mentioned it before, but would you consider making a video on your most underrated artists and writers? Yes. I've come to the realization that in order for me to make videos of suggestions and things like that, it would have to be me taking some time off the channel to actually focus on what to make. Don't forget, channel would pass 100,000 in 2024. That would be cool.
Interview with Paul Dini.
Oh, I'd love to interview Paul Dini. Hey there, I'm new to Comic Book World, and your How to Start Reading series has been super helpful. Any chance we're doing more of those? Yes. I was thinking about bringing those back. I need to focus on those and reading orders, and it's really difficult sometimes being a one-man show. And I mean, I'm not right now, but I mean on a daily basis, it's a one-man show.
This is your job.
Yeah, and it's hard because it's like, I'm not one of these guys that gets free books from publishers and not do anything with them. I have to read them, and I have to, people work their butts off to have their books published, have a publisher publish their stories. And for me, just to get them free and stack up and not do anything with them is just diminishes anything that I wanted to do with this channel to begin with. So that's the hard part, is like giving myself time to read all that and then make videos, edit the videos, and put the videos out there. And then the things I want to focus on kind of take a back seat. So that's it, right? When you're doing it by yourself, that becomes a problem. And it's a good problem to have. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not complaining at all. But that's why you don't see things like that as often as you used to. How does
although it does. It has the side borders. It
has the side borders. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it has the side borders on the cover. I don't know where that book went. I think we showed it off last time. It has the side border on the cover. Loved your Kentucky accent. My mom and her family were from Pikeville. Sounded just like that. Yeah.
Pikeville, Kentucky.
I have several friends that talk like that. They're just really good at doing it over the years. Oh man, I could fool my coworkers. Well, if you've been part of the AMA, you know that I could do some accents for for my old bosses. Happy New Year's, my base. Happy New Year's to you, my dude.
Big Stu Orlando's asking for the schedule for the bestest channel ever.
I don't know when these. I think the Monday's the only video that I know what's dropping, and that is my books I'm looking forward to the most in 2024. Limiting myself to 30, I think. And of course, that's not complete because later on in the year I'll do a second video, and then the Devil's Reign Omnibus overview. Tomorrow's my top 10. I forgot to say that top 10 essential reads for the month of January, and I'll probably release the Nemesis or the Fear Agent overview tomorrow. I haven't decided when. Tuesday is my top 10 Marvel Omnis released in 2023. Wednesday's my top 10 DC Omnis released in 2023. And Amanda and I have a show. I think we're going to rank the DC EU movie. So if you want to join us for that, we have a tier ranking where people join in and send us your tiers of what you thought of the movies. We'll put that on the community chat or community part. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thursday is hopefully some announcement of some kind. I'll see. I don't think I'll get it in time, but I'll see if I can do it either Thursday or Friday. And then some Dark Horse comics. I think you should do a few reaction videos to some of your old videos. That would be fun. That could be like a Patreon thing. I don't know if that would do well on this. Omar doesn't want me on the stream with the ladies because he knows what will happen. Oh, yes. They'll turn you straight. Of course. Good morning. Do you like the old Shang-Chi run? Yes, of course I do. It's excellent. The Doug Mensch, man. It's great. Paul Gulacci. I actually forgot to ask, what's the origin of Cowboy Omar in the beginning of some of the recent videos?
Bye, Graham.
I have a cowboy hat, and I think I look good in it. That's it.
Did you buy it with Simone, or did Simone give it to you?
No, we bought it together. We bought both cowboy hats and cowboy boots.
You do look good in this cowboy hat.
Where did we go? We went to a couple concerts together. Cowboys.
He's he was a foreign exchange student from Spain.
Love that kid.
Let's see. Are you going to do a top 10 epics video?
If you want me to. And I'll have to put some thought into that one too. Please have Claremont and Byrne have a
Quite live. Chat, thanks for the super chat.
You want to see two old guys fight? That's what you want to see, Jack Perry? No. I think they've made amends. You know, they like each other now. I think. I don't know.
Jim Shooter did I'm getting the super chat. Jim Shooter did an 8-hour interview.
8 hours? Holy crap, that man's got more energy than I do.
And did more.
Who is Marvel's Rom? The Space Knight?
Thank you, for the super chat.
You talking about this guy? The Space Knight? This is Rom. Coming to you in January. He's a Space Knight from the planet Galador. Not to be confused with Gallifrey. But first Omnibus is coming out in January. Is that the Daredevil Born Again? Yes, it is. Good eye, good eye.
Have I ever considered doing near full time like Omar said, teaching? When I wanted to quit teaching, sure. But it wouldn't be a very good financial decision. But before I did a few years ago have a job where I had some downtime and I could definitely help out more.
Yeah,
and
that was
create more
great.
content.
That
was a lot of content. I was trying to say create more content, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, now I'm with 2 new classes to teach, film studies and creative writing, plus the freshman English. I spend a lot of time focusing on that because I love my students and I want to do a good job and write by them and teach them and give them high quality work and such. So I don't help as much anymore, but maybe next year, if I keep the same schedule, I don't have some new preps, right? I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that would be nice. It was always nice having you on, or whenever I do overviews with you, it's always nice.
I miss it. I mean, I'm still doing stuff, but I guess obviously I'm right here. Jack, thank you for the super chat. Fantastic Four is a poor man's Challengers of the Unknown. What is Challengers of the Unknown? Do you know?
Yeah, Challengers of the Unknown.
Of course you know.
He's kind of right. But Challengers of the Unknown never had a comic book title. The world's greatest comic magazine on it, right?
Optimus Prime is a poor man's ROM.
Who said that?
I'm trying to find it.
Ban them.
Where is it?
Ban them.
Find it. Oh,
Kyle. Really? Optimus Prime gave his life so you can have free shipping from Amazon freaking Prime.
What? Aw, but I am so glad that we can help people through the channel as well.
Yeah, it is a wonderful feeling to have much of an impact. I need to have my year in review pictures.
Oh,
does the ROM have a copyright issues or something? Yes, they are owned by Hasbro. They started as it was a toy. It was a ridiculous toy that had no origin, no story. It was just a toy that looked like a giant lake. If you go back and look at commercials of the toy. It was created by, I think it was 3 or 4 people. I can't remember. And the licensing rights were in heck for a long time. until Hasbro just ended up buying the rights out. Now Marvel can reprint those stories, and it's really interesting because like Marvel owns the rights to like the Dire Wraith, so that's why you see them show up in pages of like X-Men. Dana, how are you? We need more teachers with Melanie's ambition and passion. Oh yeah, she's a great teacher. She cares about the kids. She loves the kids.
I take forever making seating charts
Yeah.
because I'm thinking of like all these.
Nobody else cares about that.
Things of like. Never mind. I'm not getting into it. Craig was expecting a typical married couple's answers like, we can't be around each other all day, every day. Well, that's probably true, too.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, we would fight a lot. I mean,
oh, my God.
That's true. A New Year's resolution, peeling the plastic on X-Men Volume 1. Go for it. You can do it.
The X-Men?
Do it.
Like,
Paulo, thank you for the super sticker.
Good luck with that X-Men. Good luck with that X-Men one though. It's a little bit of an older read. The Silver Age stuff. It's not for everybody, but there's some good in there.
Let's see, Paulo. If you have a comment, I'll be on the lookout for it.
We've had to put up with Americans and British destroying Spanish Latin names for decades. It's so true. I'm fine with you pronouncing Copal as you wish. Feliz Año Nuevo. Gracias, hermano. Oh, man. Of course she's a great teacher. Omar, you should know. She taught you. She'll teach me English.
Let's see. Which book is your least favorite book to teach in freshman English? My English teacher hated half of our curriculum. Man, I do love
Romeo and Juliet. Do you like Romeo and Juliet?
I do love the freedom that I can teach it how I want to and such stuff, right? I'm not a fan of Shakespeare in general. Like Romeo and Juliet, once I get into like teaching the poetry of it, I'm like, oh, this is really, there's some good lines. But just in general, it's just a dumb story. I don't like it. Oh, but you know what I do like is the 97 film with Leonardo DiCaprio because it's so over the top.
I wish I could boot you like I boot Amanda when she says dumb things on the live stream.
I love that movie.
I'm so used to booting her. I was about to push remove. I was that mad. I removed ourselves from the chat.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Oh my gosh, that movie is awful. Is that the new Never Born Again? Yes, it is. Does it have those off? Oh yeah, she already answered your question.
Yep. She did. It's got the borders. What about X-Men being a poor man's Doom Patrol?
I've heard that a lot. I think it's okay. It's always a case of art. Heath, how are you, buddy? It's art inspired by art, right? That's always the case with comics. What's the popular theory that there's only 5 original songs and everything else borrows from those 5 songs? I feel like it's the same with stories, right? Like there might be 5 original stories and everything, whether it's comics, movies, prose, borrows from those 5 original stories. Yeah, you Melanie is the right.
I totally know it's not for everybody.
Oh, it's awful. That guy's directing is he is a poor man's Oliver Stone. Omar opened up the Born Again gallery, and yes, it does have those awful borders there, Paul. Everybody's answering about the borders.
It's awfully loud when
oh my gosh,
when I'm showing a class. I'm like, oh gosh, I have to turn up and down, up and down, up and down.
Paul Rudd's in that too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's the prince. He doesn't even have a line. No, he does. He has like 1 line maybe or 2. He just smiles. What happened to Amanda's review of The Last Airbender?
She wants to
movie.
She wants to wait until it's closer to the TV show.
Oh, gotcha.
More's a poor man's Omni Dog. What is with these takes? Can we get an updated reading order in 2024?
Get more reading videos.
Spider-Man will be one that I want to do. That's one that I want to go back on. But I always let the Patreons vote for which reading order I do next, so they'll get the choice. Andrew, since you all have 4 covers, will you give a close-up of the spine pictures when you do the overview? Yeah. And we've already shared the designs on our social media too, if you want to go and check us out, NearmanCon. But I'll be giving 3 away. I still haven't decided which one I'm keeping. I'm leaning to the house ad. That one's good.
Like Wazamo is Tybalt.
What?
Like Wazamo's his acting as Tybalt It was.
Oh, it's awful. I don't know how you
I
like
don't
that
care.
movie.
I don't care.
Challenges of the Unknown don't have Ben Grimm
Manga,
the Thing. He is an amazing character, Danny.
Manga Tour 2057?
Maybe 2024. The ever loving, not living. Mumra's the ever living. Yes, I've been waiting for that update Spider-Man reading order. All right, you can label this one Omar's Empty Promises. This part of the live stream. The timestamp. Omar's Empty Promises.
Final Shadow does timestamps. Thank you.
And what a gentleman. Shadow. What a gentleman that he is. Do you guys know if Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 will be reprinted at all? Reprinted at all? Yes, it will be reprinted. When? I don't know. Hey, man, how are you, dude? You still on the treadmill? Oh, wait a second. Limping to the finish line of this year, looking forward to starting fresh next year. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you all for being here. Okay. And don't forget to smash that like button. That's all I got. Thoughts on the Invincible comic? It's one of my favorite Image titles. Is it still, though? I'd like to go back and revisit these top 10 lists I did 4 or 5 years ago. I wonder if it would still break my top 10. Bas Luhrmann is a hit or miss for me. Mostly miss. He's more style than substance. That's the guy that directed You're Really Dumb.
Oh.
He also did, what else did he do? Oh, he did that movie with Ewan McGregor, Moulin Rouge. And he did Elvis, which is awful. Except the kid in that was good. At least Omar's more honest than, maybe. Thank you. That's what I do. About to hit the gym right now. They'll get your workout done, man.
Any update on the McKay Daredevil issues? I'm trying to decide if I have to shell out the eBay money for it. It's going for $50.
I have asked, but I've not heard a yes or a no. So I don't know. Here's hoping. Here's hoping, though, that they do.
Getting to late 90s of Dread. Have you hit the pit yet?
I think I hit the pit already. I think. I need to go back and get it. Go back into it. Softcover Omar and hardcover Melanie. I have to go. My weird, unconventional YouTube parents. We're not that much older than you are. Thank you for your great year of laughter and awful Harley Quinn opinions. Love you all.
Aww,
we love you too.
Happy New Year, Bar.
Like a unconventional, like I wouldn't say daughter, like a stepsister. Yes, that's what I know.
Yeah, like if you flirt with me, don't call me your YouTube parent.
Well, that's her weird thing.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm really looking forward to collecting the series, but it's sold out.
Yeah,
the newer volumes came out.
Yeah, and the newer volumes are already out of print too, volume 3. But that is getting a restock, I think, in April.
Craven found a channel through an old Mighty Marvel Masterworks video.
Really? With the kids? Oh, that's awesome. They're right now reading the Silver Surfer one.
Oh, yeah.
That's our next one.
I do like Mercutio in that movie.
Stop it. Stop talking about that movie.
Okay, he's got heart. When he freaks out and breaks down, he's crying. I like that part.
He did the Great Gatsby movie too, which was also awful. Why do I keep watching these? Annoying niece? More like a stepsister. No. If you do the math, Omar could be your dad. I'm pretty sure I could be 90% of you all's dads. That would be weird. I agree. Omar is unconventional steps. Thank you for that. Paulo, can you hear us? Because we've been answering your question. I'm just going to leave you in suspense until you rewatch the video. And you're going to be like, man, they answered my question 3 times.
So, Paulo, it is the new Daredevil in the thumbnail, and it does have the side borders.
Which manga tour? The first one or the one where I joked about her taking half my stuff?
One. Because he thought it was a funny joke.
You thought it was a funny joke? Top 4 movies of all time. All time, Tiger Eyes. How about you create a poll and I go vote on your poll, Tiger Eyes? That's a good one. Top 4. He doesn't do top 5. He's like, 5 is nonsense. Top 4. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. I think that's definitely one.
Back to the Future.
Man Who Shot Liberty Balance.
Really? You don't rewatch that. You don't rewatch it.
I don't
rewatch Back to the Future.
I do, but there's a difference between comfort movies, right, and favorite movies. Like comfort. Back to the Future is a comfort movie. Karate Kid's a comfort movie. Rocky 4 is a comfort movie. I love those movies. Wow, this is a good question.
Letterboxing. So, Rocky 4.
Those are comfort movies.
No, or what are your 4? I'm trying to. You said Lord of the Rings. Do all 3 count as one? Sure. And you said The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's a good one.
So you need 2 more.
Dreams. Big fan of Dreams.
Howard the Duck. Transformers 86.
Transformers 86 might be up there, honestly. I love that movie. It's a good, happy early New Year, Omar and Melanie. Thank you so much, man.
One more.
One more movie? I thought the Transformers movie.
Oh, is that your 4th one?
It might be. I mean, A Perfect World is one of my favorites. I really like that. The Untouchables, the 87 Untouchables, still to this day. I love that movie.
Dream, yes, by Kurosawa.
Yeah, I love Dreams. Yeah, Untouchables. So good. Omar, no way you can be my dad. But if you give me that Phalanx Covenant, I'll gladly. Okay. That's getting weird. What if I announce the Omnibus? Does that still count? Is it weird that Dragon Ball Super Broly is a comfort movie of mine? It's peak animation. Is it that good? Like, I've not seen it, dude. I'm so out of the loop on Dragon Ball. Doesn't almost all gallery editions have that wide, the side border to maintain the correct shape and aspect ratio of the original books? Gallery editions are wider. Yes, they do. I think Wolverine is one of the few that doesn't. The Weapon X.
How often do you kick Amanda off of the stream?
For every stream.
Oh my gosh.
She's got thoughts.
Does ROM have Space Knights Mini in it?
No. The Space Knights Mini that came out like in the aughts. No, the first one has the ROM 1 through 29 and the Power Man and Iron Fist 73.
So on one of your videos that there's going to be an epic collection of Matt Fraction's
Yes.
Iron Man. Do you know if there's going to be an omnibus? Also have safe and happy New Year.
No news on an omnibus yet, but I'm sure one day we'll get that. Dragon Ball Super Broly is great. Oh, check it out.
Ooh. Cody, I haven't seen any of them.
You have not seen any of those? It's a Wonderful Life is probably my favorite one out of those.
Well, I think I've seen some of The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music is I think that one is more nostalgia. Miracle, I didn't grow up.
Polar Express.
What?
This kid, he said, how can you be a film studies teacher if you've never seen Polar Express? I was like, okay, first of all,
awful.
I can't see every movie that's ever created. That doesn't justify my teaching it.
You need to put that kid back in his place because it's awful. You know what? Your parents would have been better without showing you that stupid movie.
Let's see.
No news on a G.I. Joe omnibus, either from Marvel or Skybound or anybody.
When you get a reprint of an omnibus for an overview, do you tend to keep the new version or the original?
You know, I'll be honest. If the new version is slimmer than my original, like the Batman one, wherever it is, behind Rome, I keep the slimmer one. I know people complain about paper, thinner paper, but if it's thinner, my goodness, have you seen the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volumes 1? Volume 1, the first printing and second printing are fat. When that new printing came out, I'm
PHAT.
like, well, this is going to a friend. I think I gave it to Rob and his kids. I'm like, here's a fat book. Don't kill yourselves with it.
PHAT.
No, not PHAT fat, man. No, PHAT fat.
Ipsy would love to see a anime film review.
Oh, that would be good. Maybe for my birthday month. For like Amanda's birthday month, we did a lot of things that I don't normally do, like watch bad movies.
Grayson is requesting more.
I know you do a bunch of Marvel and DC upcoming stuff. Can we get more indie Image, Top Cow, Vault, and like
upcoming announcements for them?
If they ask me to, yes, of course. Part of the DC stuff was something that Hank, when he was still running DC collected editions, did for me, that he gave me free, or it was supposed to be 48 hours before anybody else got it. And then it became 24. And then it became 12. Then it became, I'm just at the mercy of whenever they send it to me. So whatever. But yeah, I would love to if they want me to, of course. I've already answered that.
Oh, okay. Reading
Nam right now, Namnibus. Oh yeah, Nam was great. Larry Hammond did a lot of awesome stuff in there. It would be just one omnibus. I think we just want omnibus. It's a good one.
What'd you think of Wolverine versus Predator?
I haven't read it yet. Waiting for the trade. But I mean,
waiting for the trade.
How could I not like that? Though it sounds so awesome.
Thank you, Omar, for all the hard work and great content. Looking
Thank
forward to
you.
2024. Happy early New Year's.
Wait. Let's clarify something really quick, though. The sneak this on Amanda. Oh, I don't sneak anything. She knows how I feel about her taste. She knows I love her, but she also knows how I feel about her taste in movies and music. I've got the NAMM trades. I'll happily upgrade to an Omni. And those trades have been out for a long time.
It's cold down here.
Just curious, is DC not sending you stuff since you're a Marvel guy? No. DC's just out of the loop with everything. Apparently, I have 20 minutes until I have to go.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Go where? Where are you going with the skull, dude?
Yeah, I don't.
Raw Omnibus is a great pickup. It's awesome. Like, it's ridiculous to think that this toy became a freaking awesome comic book series. But I think it's definitely of its time, right? If you like Bill Mantlow's Alpha Flight, if you like Bill Mantlow's Incredible Hulk run, this is more like that. And less like Simon Furman or Bob Budiansky's Transformers.
Do you think Marvel will do a reprint of the Marvel Official Handbook Deluxe Omni?
I don't know. I don't think those books sold that well. So once they're gone, they might be gone. So if you can find it, try to find it.
Why is there no love for Uncle Raj and the omnibus of his Doctor Strange or Avengers runs from the 80s?
Good question. I don't know. I would love those. Well, you did get a Spider-Man, so.
Captain America, run to read directly preceding Brewbakers.
These are development collected editions. Yeah, there are trades of the Marvel Knight series and the Christopher Priest series, the Captain America and Falcon series. Those are all in trade. And then there was the Robert Kirkman series. All those are in trade, but they're long out of print.
Have a good day, Coca. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing your name again. I'm sorry.
And waiting for the Phoenix Omnibus Volume 3 announcement. My dog is asking me to take her out, so I'm going. Go for 100K. Maybe get to 1,000K. 1K?
On his channel.
On his channel. Oh, hey, Jeff, how are you, buddy? Thank you for all you do, Omar. Happy 2024 to one of comics' best champions. I'm super pumped for Silver Age Superman Omni coming in March. Thoughts on DC Classics Omnis in 2024?
Thank you for the super chat.
I think they'll continue. I think there's definitely a market for them. We had a fear of them slowing down, but that was really nice. When I did reach out, they said that they weren't finished, and they said, to expect some Silver Age stuff and some Bronze Age stuff. I think everything that they told me to expect has come out already, or I've already announced. So everything else will be a surprise until they decide to send me some advance information. But thanks, man. It's always good to see you. And Justin, how are you, buddy?
Hope you have a great New Year's. Agent Van Omnibus announcement in 2024, right?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Whose voice do you hear in your head when you read Superman?
That's a good question. Maybe a mix between Christopher and oh my gosh, who's the guy from Wings that did his voice in the cartoon? I like his voice.
Logan, thank you. I don't have enough characters to say how much your channel and this community means to me, so I'll just say thank you for being you. Love you guys.
We love you too, man. All of you that have been here for so long or have just started watching. Thank you all.
Max, here's Pauly Shore.
Tim Daly. That was his name. Thank you. Not Pauly Shore.
Stephen Daly? Or is it Tim? It's Tim Daly.
Tim Daly, yeah. Imagine Superman talking like in those old cartoons.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. What about more cross-gen in 2024?
I'm hoping, dude. I'm so glad you're here, Tiger Eyes. You're one of my favorite people I've never met. So I hope we have a face-to-face when we talk about how we can help you do the polls better so you don't go crazy. Oh, man, I would love that. Come on, we need Scion, right? We need Meridian. Way of the Rat. That was a very underrated series. All these series that CrossGen put out, they put out a lot of amazing books. Carson Daly is not Carson Daly is still around. How is that guy still around? Anyway, after the show is done, head over to OmniDog's Vault for his live show, Essential Collected Editions for January in 2024 with Webhead of comic releases at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my buddy Jess. How's that Danny Ketch omnibus? Solid. It's good. It's good. It's better than a lot of the 90s stuff that was coming out. When nobody does, I can trust Melanie to get me Melanie, what the heck is she trying to say?
I don't know.
Get her what? Flexing?
Yeah. I get you, Bar. I played FFX2, FF 10.5.
Yeah, you weren't the biggest fan, were you?
Yeah, and I didn't care for it. I don't want to replay it. Yeah. Oh, well. 5-minute warning. Dean Cain is my Superman voice, but that's just because I got Terry Hatcher on the brain because that show was real and it was spectacular. Who's your favorite superhero? Mine is Spider-Man.
Wolverine. What a basic answer, but it's the truth. Not enough blitzball.
Oh, I was, because I still listen to all these videos about Final Fantasy X. Somebody brought up a good point when I was listening to about if they didn't make the first blitzball game so impossible to win, maybe it would be better. Maybe. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. It's just like, yeah, your team sucks. You're kind of supposed to lose, but not really. It was weird. I
was so close to buying the original Super Sons Omnibus, not knowing about the whole Super Duper edition being made every couple months. Seems like it. And now we have the Kid Sinestro story, right? That they could add for another Super Duper expanded edition. And I'm an idiot. I would be all over that.
Derek says, thank you.
Drop in a note to say thanks for all your videos. They have been amazingly helpful. Thank you, Derek.
No spoilers, but did you watch the What If finale?
I haven't watched any What If yet. I just wrapped up Reacher or caught up with Reacher, so I'll probably watch. I'll see if Amanda wants to review it. I wasn't a fan of the first season, so.
Yeah, it's just a collection way altogether.
I don't even know how to answer that. Thank you for all the amazing 2023 of streams and videos. Thanks for all the help, Melanie. And thank you, Omar, for spending my cash. We are so lucky to have you too. Thank you, buddy. We love you, Josh.
Wouldn't say that Melanie can get me. Melanie does not get me. Dang it. I'm sorry, Bar. Omar, is Fear Agent a good blind buy?
Oh my gosh. It is my magnum opus for
my
magnum opus. Sorry, Rick Remender. It is my favorite thing that he wrote.
Josh, that's the person. Rick Remender is starting publishing, the publishing company.
Yeah.
Maybe you could send Bang over there.
It's a good guy.
That's it. Thank you. Rick Remender.
So it's my favorite thing he wrote. I think he considers it his magnum opus too. I'll be doing an overview. I don't know if it'll be published Sunday or Monday. Still debating on when to publish it, or maybe sometime next week, but Wonderful Life is a great parallel universe science fantasy movie. It is.
Science.
It's like what would the world be like if you weren't around? It's good.
Rahul, thank you.
Oh, thank you, my brother.
Chat. Let's see. Omar, Melanie, NMC friends and family. Thank you for all the wonderful content and memories in 2023. Oh, that's so sweet. And you got a sweet little Pingu there, laughing at his comic that he's reading. And CNS S84 to Melanie, Omar, the entire NMC crew, and all the mentees. Happy New Year. Thanks for answering all our questions. Have a great weekend, everybody.
You have a great weekend too, man. Thank you.
Oh, which edition? Dark Horse or Image? For Fear Agent?
I'm going to be comparing it to the Dark Horse era, but I think it's supposed to have new things in there. I think it's just new pieces of art that they did for Image. So I think the story is done, right? You can either get the Dark Horse one if it's cheaper, or you can pick up the Image one. It'll be the same thing.
Which Marvel animated series would you like to get revived? Except X-Men 1992.
I'm a sucker for those old classic, like 60s cartoons where they take the panels out of the comics. There was that anime period where they did Iron Man and no. X-Men Evolution. I really liked X-Men Evolution. That's the one. Richard, thank you so much, my buddy.
Dark Knight's co-worker grew up in Kentucky, and I told him about the channel, and he knows you for video game collecting instead of comics, and has met you in Louisville gaming.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. I do. I still, I don't collect video games as much as I used to, but I still dabble here and there.
Life got me No Man's Land, Omnibus Volume 1, and Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, nice.
Christmas. I love Christmas. Aww.
Yeah, Christmas is good. Christmas is good. Even as a kid, when I knew I wasn't going to get squad, it's still good.
It's wild to me that it's been 3 years, this is Ipsy, since I found you, Omar, the 3-year How to Read DC Comics video. Ever so grateful for the laughs and good memories. Have a good one. Happy New Year's.
Oh, and I'm happy
you.
to have you here, buddy. It's always a pleasure seeing you jump in here and seeing everybody. I saw Derek's comment about somebody passing away, but I couldn't find it fast enough. X-Men Evolution was pretty good. I liked it, but it didn't complete. No, they never finished it.
Well, it's 1 p.m., so how many more?
Let's do 5 more questions.
5 more
because it is the
questions.
last live stream of the year. And I want to end it on a good note.
true.
Her Mightiest Hero was good. I did like that too. And they had an awesome Kang story in there.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to collect?
Oh, yes.
William
Yes.
Or Loeb
Yes.
/ Omni?
That I am a big fan of William Messner Loeb's. Whether it's him doing Thor or Wonder Woman or Flash, I'm there.
Oh, everyone's being so sweet to each other.
Oh,
Here
so
we go.
Tom Wilkinson passed away. Okay. He's a British actor. Been on a lot of things.
Thank you, James.
Hey, I
I don't know who that
I'm
is.
sure he was a nice guy, but I just always remember as his villain roles. What's my favorite Tomasi omnibus? What a good question. Oof. That's a tough one, though. It's between two. It's Batman and Robin or Superman. I got to go with Superman. He brought Superman back home. It felt like Superman again. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your least favorite Spider-Man run? Oh, Terry Cabana's run was pretty awful. Sensational Spider-Man? I wasn't a fan of that run. That was during the Clone Saga. I mean, it's not fair to say JMS, right? JMS had some amazing stories. Brought me back to the character. Yes, he also had Since Past and One More Day. But it's not fair to say it's the worst one. I would say Terry Cabana's run is probably the worst one.
Least
Favorite version of Aunt May? The actress. The actress Aunt May that died. Oh, that's a spoiler. I'll just say the actress Aunt May. I don't want to say when she died.
Alex, Omar answered your question earlier about the Space Knights. Did you say it?
No, the Space Knights is not in this one. No. It might have it in the third omnibus. Now, what's your least favorite X-Men run that's not Chuck Austin? Peter Milligan or Bendis's run. They're pretty bad. Or Casey's run. Or Phillips' run. Dude, you're reading enough X-Men. You're going to read some bad stories. Goodbye, my friends. We'll meet again. Yes, we will.
Okay. Was that 5?
Let's do one more, because I don't know if that was 5. Would you buy Berserk again if Dark Horse re-released it in a bigger, oversized format? I'm going to let my wife answer that.
Yes.
All day, every day. Thank you all so much for being a big part of this and why I love coming. Like, I was all sleepy. I'm like, I'm so exhausted. But you all woke me up with your wonderful questions. I don't even need caffeine. I mean, after this. But we love you all. Thank you for being a part of this. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. Tell them that your mint condition sent you their way for free shipping on your next order after your first one. Stay safe during New Year's, please. If you're going out, be careful. Have a designated driver or stay in somewhere. Stay safe. We love you all. We will see you next year. It's a good dad joke to end it with. Smash that like button on the way out.
And
we're out of here.
Always stay minty.
Bye, everybody.